To make a correction for a payment that has been posted, or if a customer comes back and they have changed their mind on an amount that they have paid already on their account, you can manually make a correction or create a correction form. On this account, I have already posted a payment. I will click Activity, and this will show today's date. I have entered a $200 payment. The transaction is 221 for payment, and it was paid in cash. So to correct this amount, if the customer no longer wants to leave the 200, they change their mind and they only want $100 to be applied to their account, we will go ahead and make that correction. I will click Escape. So at the top, I will click Account, and this will display our customer account information screen. I will click where it says Adjustment, and this will display our adjustment screen. Here you will be able to see any previous adjustments that have been created or the ones that have already been posted. In this account, we have no adjustments that have been created. So to get started, I will click Add, Form Type, and you have all your forms that you can create. So in this case, we are doing a correction. So I will select a correction form. It already shows the customer's account number, customer's name. I will click Invoice, and this will show me the invoice. Since I'm making a correction for an in-house payment, I will select the most recent invoice, click Enter, and it's already showing me the invoice. I will click next to the code and select the transaction that I want to correct. Since I entered a payment and that's what I want to correct, I will select walk-in payment, click Enter. I will enter minus the 200, which is the amount that I first entered, and I want to reverse that payment. I will go ahead and select my second transaction. So once I click here, it'll display all my transactions that I can select. Again, I will select a walk-in. So the customer only wants to pay 100. So I will go ahead and enter 100, which is positive because that's the amount that I will leave. I will go ahead and enter a note. You can enter, a note regarding your correction. So I'm going to go ahead and enter customer only wants to pay 100. And I will go ahead and enter an additional note saying that I made a refund to the customer. Refund customer $100. Okay, so I will go ahead, and when I'm ready, I will click Print, and it's letting me know that I've entered the same transaction twice. So I'm going to select Yes. Before I print, I will click Preview, and this is the correction form you will get. It'll show the correction. You're reversing the 200, and you're only applying $100. Your note shows here, customer only wants to pay 100, refund customer $100. Here you can sign that you are authorizing that correction. If you want the customer to sign this form to have proof that you did refund the customer the $100, you can do this and scan it into the system. I will go ahead and click Escape. I'll click Print. It will take a few seconds. And now we can see that here it's already showing the invoice. I've created a correction form, the date, and the status is as created. It'll show the person's name that has created the form. So since I've completed printing and creating my form, I will go ahead and click Escape. Click Escape. I'll say no. And I'm back to the cashier screen where it says Type. I'll click here and select Adjustment. Once I click Adjustment, I will be able to see all the adjustments the customer has. So I already know it's this one because I created the correction. If you have multiple ones that have been created and you're not sure, you can always just select the correction form, click Edit, and you will be able to see the form that you will be posting. Click Escape, click Enter, and now you can see it shows the invoice. I will go ahead and show transaction, and it's showing me that I'm going to reverse the $200 and apply the $100. The original payment was posted with cash, so I'll put cash and the cashier. Okay, so here now it's showing that since I did minus the 100, the customer is due for the $100 that we need to refund. I will go ahead and click print, and it's going to start creating my correction to the customer's account. Okay, so my transaction is complete. I will go ahead and click OK. I will click activity. And you will see here, before we applied the $200, the customer's balance was $863.56. Once we applied the $200 payment, it went down to $663.56. I reversed the $200 and it went back to the original balance before the customer even made the $200 payment. Once I applied my $100 payment, the customer's new balance is $763.56. It just makes it easier by us entering the exact amount, to reverse it as it was applied. Once you have a lot of activity on the screen, it makes it a lot easier for the customer to kind of understand the activity when you make corrections. I will go ahead and click escape. The customer's due date now has changed. It's back to August 15. Their partial payment now it shows as $22.74. If you want to go back to the customer and see that the adjustment now shows posted, I will go ahead and click account. I will go ahead and click adjustment. And you can see now that our adjustment shows posted in cashiers. I will go ahead and click edit. And you can no longer make changes to this form. It shows as read only. I will go ahead and click escape. So you always have this reference to go back and see why we made that correction. I will go ahead and click escape. I'll put no. And we're back into the cashier screen. You can always refund back the $100 to your customer. If you wanted to scan that form where the customer signs, if you require a signature, you can always scan it into the scanning screen. Once you've done that, you've completed your correction form and you've completed the process. To make a correction manually, all you would do, I will go ahead and click new. I'll go ahead and enter my password, enter the customer's account number. So the only difference is that you don't have a form. So it would stay as payment. You would come here, enter walk-in. You would enter minus 200. Since the customer paid in cash, you would select cash. Again, you would enter walk-in 100. And you would enter cash and click print. Again, it's going to show that you're going to refund the customer $100. The only thing you would have is to go back to your activity and see the process of that correction. There would be no form saved in the system. So it's really up to you which way you want to do a correction. If you do it manually, there's no record as to why you did that. If you do a correction form, the system does save it, and there's a little bit more information in case the customer wants to know why we made those corrections. And that's how you create a correction. The process is complete.